So we're changing it up a little bit. We're going to do a monthly astrology forecast now, and I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Welcome back to Bella Star Astrology. This is your host, Stella. Welcome to my Astrology Explorers. And like my little intro said, we're going to be doing monthly astrology now. Just in terms of the time that it takes to do a weekly and all of the things that I can really dive into for each one. I'd like to do a little bit more in depth of the major transits going on in the skies as opposed to the weekly day by day. And hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you think, if you like this or if you like the weekly more. But I want to explore this month's, and this month is May, astrology forecast. And we're going to start with Venus entering the sign of Aries on May 2nd, 2022. And this is a very fiery and passionate sign. Venus is comfortable in this sign, but it burns hot. So be careful who you attract at this time, as it could be one of those, what do they call them? Love bombers. And everything is so beautiful at the beginning and you're very attached. But really by the end, as most things go with Aries, it takes a lot of follow through. It takes a lot of effort to continue the relationships. So make sure as you are choosing your partners throughout this transit that you're taking the time to really get to know them, that you're taking time to make space for yourself, and most importantly, to create space for the possibility that this could just be a fling. So, maybe don't get attached to the result of this transit or during this transit. And then we have Mercury, which is in Gemini, on May 10th, 2022, will become retrograde. And this happens, as we know, at least 3 times a year. This is going to superpower Gemini because, as you know, when a planet is retrograde, it looks like it's going backwards in the sky. But what it's really doing is it's much closer than it typically is, making it much stronger. So, of course, as you always know with Mercury retrogrades, you're going to be careful with your electronics. You're going to be careful with some of the decisions and the actions you take, just because you know that at the end of the transit, at the end of the retrograde, it might not be as it was, right? So what you want to be doing during this time is really taking the time to be meticulous, especially since Mercury will start its retrograde in Gemini, in its own sign, in an air sign. You're going to really have that more powerful expression of this transit. And, every time you make a decision, make sure you're looking at your P's and Q's, make sure you're signing your contracts and with a very careful eye, or with assistance, maybe you take the extra step to do all of the things the right way. And most importantly, to be honest, as Mercury is the trickster, and you could end up in a situation where you might not have thought was possible at the beginning of the retrograde, but you certainly weren't happy with the result because you didn't pay attention to the details. So pay attention to the details throughout this retrograde transit, and good luck with this very strong expression of Mercury retrograde in its own sign. And then we have Jupiter transiting into the sign of Aries on May 10, 2022. And this is going to be a super powerful upgrade to all the initiatives that we've been undertaking, and a boost in confidence in the spirit and strength that fills us individually. So all that we need to succeed is going to be proposed or even helped and expanded with this transit. Look for ways to show up and make your ideas happen. Look for opportunities where you can start something new in an unexpected way, and let your passions guide you during this transit. Jupiter in Aries typically gives us such a great strength to do all that we can and expand all that we can. And then we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And this is going to be such a wonderful cycle ending eclipse. Scorpio is all about transforming us. And that includes, maybe in the sense of letting go of the most traumatic issues or the most, difficult problems that we've been facing throughout this, North Node in Taurus sort of time, and South Node in Scorpio. And so this is a real culmination point, a real end point to all of the new transitions you've been making throughout this past few months. And it's really going to be felt for at least the next few months, maybe up to 15 months. And it's going to be a time where you can move past and transform the trauma and the issues that you've been overcoming. And although it's a moment of darkness, it's also a moment where light can come at the end of this journey. And so once you heal that inner side of yourself, that fear-based side of yourself, you can really move forward in a way that helps you make this happen. And of course, this is again on May 15th, 2022. Make sure that you are ready to release your trauma, ready to move forward with the things that you are achieving, and look at all the ways that you can change your situation. And then we have the sun moving into the sign of Gemini on May 20th, 2022. And this is really all about thinking, connecting, and exchanging ideas. Where is the next big thing? How can you make this a well laid out plan? And these new connections and exchanges will help you to grow, to learn new things, to share your ideas and learn things from others, expand your mind, expand your thought process. And of course, this is going to highlight the natural tendencies we have to be curious, exploring our local community, exploring a subject that we really want to dive deep into, and getting to know maybe some of the people in our local community, making new connections. This is such a great spirited energy, and it's at almost the end of spring where everybody's finally out and the sun is finally shining, and we've left the rain of all of the early spring showers, and we're finally embracing this really positive energy that Gemini, Sun in Gemini really brings to us and brings the light to our lives. So please take advantage of this, meet new people, learn new ideas, pick up a book, pick up a subject that you've been wanting to explore, and really expand your mind during this time. It's such a supportive energy for us to understand each other on a better level, or to create such great and amazing like thought processes and books, and write, and create new blogs, create new vlogs, help the world with our ideas, expand the world with our ideas. So good luck. Then on May 22nd, Mercury has been going backwards in the sky for a little while, and this retrograde is finally going back into Taurus, which means maybe all the plans that you've been making before Mercury even started going retrograde might backfire, might need a little bit more review, might need you to review and redo the plan, and create a new foundation and get you a better result. If you really let's overlook, or let's leave behind this pride energy, because that's really what happens when Mercury goes retrograde. I don't want to change my plans. I've already laid them out. They're already ready. No. Mercury retrograde in Taurus means you need to re-review all the things that you established while Mercury was actually in Taurus a few weeks back, and say, hey, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Maybe I can write a new contract for this transaction that I'm doing. Maybe I can make a new plan for how I'm going to execute my business. Maybe it's not working out. And that's the real blessing of Mercury retrograde. It gives us a chance to take a second look. And the fact that it's going in Taurus means it's a second foundation. We get to re-review the foundations we've established originally. And then as we're looking back and we're really taking a break from rushing through everything with the Mercury and Gemini energy, it's going to let us create the plan that is going to last and is going to feel right once it's in place. And it might feel like you're going upstream, but remember that you're trying to build a foundation for a long future, as all of these amazing things have been going on in Taurus with the solar eclipse that happened maybe I think 6 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago at that point, when May 22nd is happening. But we want to ensure that we are taking the time to look at everything meticulously and build a new foundation while Mercury is going retrograde in Taurus. And then on May 24th, 2022, Mars moves into its own sign, Aries. And Mars has great strength and power in this sign. This is the energy of entrepreneurs, self-starters, warriors, people who are really going to really make things happen, move the, pieces forward in their dreams, in their goals, in their plans. Give yourself the room to start something new. Give yourself the room to open your eyes to new opportunities. And, the sun, the moon, and the rising of Aries, if you feel a renewal, a powerful renewal during this time, this is the reason why Mars is in its own sign. It is giving you that power to restart whatever part of your life Mars is in, whatever house it's in. It's giving you that power to restart and the energy to create and the energy to make things happen and move the pieces along of the dreams, goals, and plans that you've kind of been on the back burner, maybe, or maybe you've been thinking about them. While Mars is in Pisces or was in Pisces, there's a lot of energy around holding whatever you're trying to do back or putting it into your thoughts to create it. Whereas at this point, Mars is all about the action. Mars in Aries is all about what action steps are you taking to make this dream, this goal, these plans come through. And good luck with this energy. And then Venus moves into its own sign of Taurus on May 28th, 2022. And it's all about committing to relationships and setting really strong foundations. Venus is in its own sign, and this is going to give us the grace to enjoy our wealth, increase our wealth, and really expand on the love and the life that we want to create. Really commit to creating passion within your life, looking at the way that you are consuming, whether it's the news or the life that you live or the food that you eat or the things around you. How are you receiving and how are you enjoying all of the things that life has to offer? And Venus is so passionate in this sign. And definitely look at the ways you can become more financially stable, whether that's creating a budget or looking at the ways that you are investing your money right now or creating lucrative profit from your businesses. What are the things that you're doing to create financial stability for your future? And this is a really, really great position for Venus to be in, for you to create that plan, let's say for the next 5 years, for the next year, that you can build on to create the wealth and the life that you desire. Venus is all about luxury. It's all about enjoyment. It's all about love and passion, and just enjoy this time with your significant other, with the person that, whether it's a fling or a long-term relationship, but really Venus in Taurus supports long-term solid foundations. If you're thinking of proposing, awesome time, really great sign about the type of relationship you want to establish. So go ahead and enjoy this transit. And then we have the new moon in Gemini, and that will be on May 30th, 2022. So this is really Gemini energy on steroids. It's going to be a refresh of the unruly thoughts and emotion and bring a real duality to the life that you're living and the reality that you're in. For this is the Gemini energy that we've all been waiting for, and it's palatable in the air as this new moon is crossing our path. Look for ways to relax your mind as it may go well beyond the speed of light with the new moon and all of the thoughts that it's going to bring to you, all the ideas. This is great for connecting with friends, connecting with neighbors, connecting with extended family, and being really on the verge of just finding that next great idea, and looking at things under a new perspective from a new point of view. So good luck with that. And that has been your monthly astrology reading for the month of May 2022 here on Bella Star Astrology channel. Again, I'm your host, Stella, and thank you so much for all of those who have subscribed. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video. Also, please remember to like this video if you haven't already. And thank you so much for your support. And of course, hope you have a wonderful May. Please let me know if you felt any of these energies, or come back to this video as often as you like as the transits are happening. And good luck with this month.